Gebret is continuing. From the very beginning, I talk about the need to involve all sectors of government and the whole society in building a comprehensive strategy aimed at preventing the spread of infection. And again, I cannot disagree with the Gebretus, this scoundrel, yes, ridding mankind of the cadaverous stench of capitalism as agonizing. Enraged post-capitalism is the right and duty of mankind itself, his only chance for the future. Here's again. The main task for us is to find an innovative solution at study experience. Remarkable countries that we call on everyone to step up and expand the scope of emergency response mechanisms. What is son of a bitch about? Here is the word pandemic, but the genocidal swindler does not describe the pandemic itself as a prospect of socio-economic destruction. The most interesting thing is that from the point of view of the WHO, a bunch of perverted criminals of various kinds, who also regularly eat corpses, has the right to catch up with hysteria and fear among the sheep. However, WHO is aware that the majority of the population retains the same perception of the pandemic, and therefore the public, primarily from the scientific community, expresses a sharp denial of such a free anti-scientific gag and the interpretation of the pandemic. After all, the pandemic is at least Сашка. Кс-кс. Ёсь. Ёси. Pandemic is 13% of the death rate of the entire population. That's like normal of the pandemic. The bastard speech was a tool of psychological sabotage intended to cause a pandemic of fear. Lockstep spelled out in the WHO Sonderkommando program. The psychopathic Rockefeller is the first stage of blocking with the introduction of a hard lockdown when Europe completely fell under the post-capitalist COVID terrorists, unlike the United States, where President Trump opposed the lawlessness of genocidal scams. Rockefeller's second scenario, smart together, is when a single global process control system is being formed. And briefly about this, immediately after Gebretus publicly speech, put it in his pants, glamoring about the upcoming horrors. The following happens without bothering to change his dirty pants. Gebretus the deprived declared a general mobilization, namely solidarity fund is created to fight the big nozzle. United Protocol, and according to the protocol, all deaths and each death is recorded by a postscript from the COVID. WHO, UN, UNICEF unveil a $2 billion global anti-humanitarian response plan at Mangel, doctor from evil concentration death camp in Nazi Germany. So it's the formation of a global education coalition for the sheeple, a cross between sheep and humans. Distance education essentially under house arrest. 1.5 billion students were denied the right to attend school. UNESCO actually carried out sabotage in the education and socialization of school-age children. The coalition for the protection of the right of school children to education unites 105 members from the UN system, having only an outward semblance to a person. However, this is the main criterion for recruiting personnel in the so-called elite and also power structures. The coalition also includes, of course, worthy representatives of civil society, academia, the private sector to work around the three central topics: gender equality, distance learning, and a teacher. Further, on April 1, a version of the WHO project, the immunization agenda for the period up to 2030s, Live to One Unattended, is published. Based on this project, an action framework is being adopted based on coordinated monitoring of numerous herds, both in the field and in pens and stalls. However, immediately there is a need for powerful resources, and that they have at their disposal is not enough. Here the World Bank issued pandemic bonds. And here is it on the forefront of the fight against the pandemic, and with it the World Monetary Fund and other similar and smaller servants and prostitutes of Satan. Thus, the World Bank became the main financial agent and the main beneficiary of the current genocide. Notably, World Bank President David Maps, oh hell, speaks at 20-person online summit dedicated exclusively to COVID on March 26. It says the bank has already approved a $14 billion relief package to address the consequences in 56 countries, in 24 countries. Existing projects are being restructured to channel emergency funds. And then this God-chosen us announces the bank's readiness to provide $100 million until June 2021, $350 million by the end of June 2/3 for the broadest tasks to activate the process of economic recovery and create conditions for economic growth and the fight against poverty, or with the poor. What are you talking about? We'll give you guys one part to fight the pandemic, but most of it will go to that same reboot. On April 2, the World Bank approved the document Program of Strategic Preparation Response to COVID-19 and proposals for 25 projects for the first phase. The general term of the RSA Zero program is scheduled by the geeks of the Antichrist until 2050. It will not be boring, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your attention.